Hello, everyone. Glenda Mollett here, and welcome to my craft room. Tonight, we are stamping the June 2023 Paper Pumpkin Kit. I haven't even opened it yet, so we're going to see what's in there. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from the west coast of Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, and I am excited to open up this kit. I'm just getting this, going on to Facebook, make sure. Oops, that's not what I want. Make sure it's working. Get it over to my VIP group. There we go. All righty. So I was a little leery that whether I was even going to have Paper Pumpkin tonight in time to do this. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Marcia. Because, with the road and everything, FedEx has been sporadic. UPS has been sporadic, but Heather got hers the other day, or on the weekend, and I asked her if I could borrow hers if mine didn't show up. And I didn't need to because it arrived. Yay! I'm excited. Yes, hello, friendly crafters. All right, here's the box. This one is called Welcome In, and it coordinates with the Welcome In suite that's in the catalog. I am going to open this up, see what's in there, and then we will craft with it. So let me get plastic off here. Haven't even had time to take the plastic off, but that's okay. We will do it together, and then we will see what we can come up with for alternatives. All right. So Night of Navy Stampin' Spot. So I will just put that over here. Get out my big pad. And we have a stamp set. Welcome. Thank you for your hospitality. You're invited, friend, and a whole bunch of flowery things. And I didn't get blocks. Hang on. That is the block. Okay. Got the blocks. We are going to need the blocks. Extend your crafting. Make a coordinating card with a countryside in suite and welcome add-on dies. I got the dies. So there is a set of dies. And these are still available as well. There are refill kits available for this one. So you would get everything except the ink spot and the stamp set. So there's the dies. And these are available. I do believe they're $8.25, and you get 3 of them. So we'll be using those tonight. And what's on the other side? Oh, what's coming next month? Fun in the sun. Slather on that sunscreen and dust off those surfboards because it's time for the Fun in the Sun Paper Pumpkin Kit. Bright sunny colors, beach themed. Oh, look at that cute little crab. That's going to be fun to play with. And we will get out the kit. I saved this tissue paper and wrap birthday presents in it. And I saved the boxes too, because, birthday presents and everything. All right, let's see what's in here. Ooh, look at that's exactly the same designer paper as the Countryside Inn designer paper. All right. Oh. So did everybody have a good day? If you are catching the replay, I'd love to put in the comments how your day was. I got to craft today. I'm working on my next set of club cards, and we're using the Lazy Days bundle. We have some tear and tape. We have some Night of Navy embellishments. Ooh, there's strips in here. Foam strips. So we have our Night of Navy embellishments. Put those off to the side. We have some foam strips. Look at this. Can you see the strips there? Foam strips. Ooh, that's exciting. I haven't even looked at what other people have made with this kit yet. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 envelopes. Oh, I'm so excited that they're printing them on the outside now and not on the inside. That was just weird. Why would you waste all that? Anyways, we have some stickers. So I'll keep out one sheet, put one sheet away. Card bases. This one. Now this is exactly the same. This is the Countryside Inn, I think it is. Yep, Countryside Inn designer paper. And look at this. It's exactly the same pattern. Exactly the same pattern. Woo-hoo. I got it out just in case we wanted to create with it. And same pattern on the envelopes too. Oh, finishing grad cards, Carmen. That's awesome. Okay, so we'll keep out one of those. Some more stickers. These have flowers on them. We'll keep out one of those. Oh, look at this. So can you see the foxes in there? So this is the same pattern as the designer paper, but it's different colors. Let me see if I can find. There it is. See? The designer paper is Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight, and this one looks like it's Calypso Coral. We'll have to figure out what the coordinating colors are for that. That's cool. Keep out one of those. And then our final set of stickers, there's some vases and some pre-printed flowers and Night of Navy bases. Some more stickers. Holy man, there's a lot of stickers in this one. Wow. Cardboard in the keeping pile. Oh, look how pretty these are. So there's card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. Now, this shape, I'll just pop them out here so you can see the shape. So this shape is the shape of the Countryside Corners dies. Look at this. Same size as the really big one. I got those out too, just in case we wanted to use them. All right. And coordinating colors, Balmy Blue, Boho Blue, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, and Old Olive. And then, of course, they give you some of alternatives that they've already thought up. And maybe we'll come up with an alternative tonight. You never know. Okay. Oh, I wonder where those strips are. Oh, okay. So the strips are to go around the frame. This is a frame. So this part pops off. So we're going to use the strips to pop up the frame on number 2 card. Okay, number 1, here we go. We will need one of these, one of those, put that over there, and this base, that base, and one of these, and this. So this is the same die cut shape. And then there's 1, 2, 3. So we just need one of those. So let's put those 2 over there. And then we need, oh, not this one. Not that one, this one. So this is going to go on here like that. And then this goes on here on dimensionals. And then we put the vase there and do our sentiment down there and then add bling. It's doable. First of all, I'm going to cut the base because I don't use these as bases. Because if you cut them, now I can make 2 cards instead of just 1. And I already got out some white bases, so we'll put that right on there like that. I wonder how this matches up with the Countryside Blooms embossing folder. So this folder will emboss the designer paper there. Of course, it's not centered. So if I was wanting to, this will match your design, the front of your card exactly. And then I would just have to like move it over and do the bottom. But that's kind of cool. So you can use your Countryside Blossoms embossing folder as well. Oops. Okay. I'm using my Stampin' Seal. I'm going to put it onto a white card base. Good, gorgeous weather here again today. Hubby got the permanent system up for the hammocks on the patio. Oh, I'm glad I got that on because I didn't notice it was directional. And I didn't get it upside down. Yay! All right. Then this is going to go on next. So how many of you got this kit? There's a little snafu about this kit. And one of my customers got the kit and didn't order it and didn't pay for it. So I've been in touch with Stampin' Up. I'm just waiting for a reply from them. Okay, so now we're going to put dimensionals. Where'd I put those strips? Oh, Carmen, you got it. Good. Yes, so I don't know what Stampin' Up is going to say. Okay, those are longer. Whether they'll want her to send it back or whether she gets to keep it, I have no idea. We'll see what they have to say. It's really weird. It just showed up and she said to me, I got my paper pumpkin kit today, but I didn't order it. Oops. They'll probably just tell her to keep it. They usually do when there's mix-ups like that. That's how I got the free layering leaves stamp set. Okay. So dimensional strips on there, and that's going to go on like that. I thought maybe these were shaker cards when I saw the strips, but they're not. Oops. We have a lovely breeze happening today too. It was supposed to be like 35 or something, but I don't think it got there today. Last year, this time, our temperature today, last year, like on June the 27th, 2022, the temperature here was 44 degrees. I got this on here crooked. So I gotta try and lift it so I can stick it straight. Yeah, we were in the middle of a heat dome last year this time, and it was brutal. Let me tell you. It was so hot. Hit 44 degrees for almost a week. Was it a week, Carmen? How long was our heat dome last year. I don't remember. I just remember it was really long. Okay. You know what I did? Now it's even more crookeder. Is that a word? More crookeder? I forgot to stamp it. Let's see if I can get this off, because I have to stamp the sentiment on there. Is it stinking hot in Texas, Marcia? Oh my. That sucks. Can't believe I didn't stamp this. Well, actually I can, because you know that's the way my life has been going lately. Okay, I'm going to pull this off. Now I can stamp. Just stick that on there for now. Okay, we need the stamp that says, "Thank you for your hospitality." And a block. There's been some dude. It felt longer than that. Yeah, and it was really long. And it was really hot. There's been some dude down on the highway all day today, revving his engine and running up and down. Stupid people. Okay, and we're going to stamp this right at the bottom, like that. Oh, look at that lovely stamped image. Holy man, I like that stamp set. And I just happen to have new neighbors that moved in 2 days ago. And there's a welcome stamp in there. I might just have to, the next one, make it a welcome to the neighborhood card. See if I can get this on here straight this time. Hi, Dimity. Yeah, StreamYard's playing nice right now. I get to see everybody's name. There. So there's the card. Now we're going to put, they said use the strips again, but I think I'm just going to grab my dimensionals. I'm going to use my dimensionals. And I can save those strips just in case I decide to do something else with them. And this is going to go at the bottom of the flowers there as the right. See how it is. Perfect. Well, what do you think? Kind of cool, eh? I like it. And this is one of the dies. So, and I've got designer paper. So the die's a little bit bigger than that, but that's okay. It's the same shape. That's going to be fun. And then there's a flower and a little leaf. Okay, and now we put some bling on because, gotta have bling. Should I add some Wink of Stella as well? Should we winky the flowers a bit? I like the card too, Marcia. Okay, let me get an inside piece. Get an inside piece and one of the envelopes. And what are we going to put on there? Ugh. This is a whole flower thing. And then there's a vase. Let's put the vase in there. And I'm going to show you a little trick. There's the welcome. I love that. See, can you see that sentiment there? Isn't that cool? Probably can't see it very well. I'll show you. I'm going to show you a little trick because that vase is quite solid. And sometimes, even though you clean it, you don't get a solid image. So let me get some white. find a piece big enough. I will stamp this, and then I'm going to clean it, and then I'm going to use a little secret ingredient. Yes to Winky. Okie dokie. Yes to Winky. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and I want to see whether it's going to stamp solidly or if I have to use a secret ingredient. This looks pretty darn good, this one. Oh, look at that. Look. Oh my God. That's awesome. But I'm going to show you the secret ingredient anyways. You know about this trick to get photopolymer stamps to stamp solid stamps? Versamark. Did you know Versamark? Have you used this before? So you just ink up your stamp with Versamark. And I don't know what it does, but apparently I've tried it a couple of times and it has worked. You're supposed to get a more solid stamped image, but I'm thinking that I don't think there's a difference. But that's with Night of Navy. Some of the stamp sets are, or the ink pads are really quite strange. But this one's working. Then you don't have to clean the Versamark off, and you don't have to reverse-mark it when you go to do it again. So I'm just doing the inside, and we'll stamp an envelope as well. With Versamark stamps, you don't want your stamp pad to be too juicy, but you can't have it too dry either. There's kind of like a happy medium. Okay, it doesn't work very well on the envelopes, but that's to be expected because that's not cardstock. But it's stamped and it's cute. So now we're going to put this on. Line that up in the center. There we go. There's our first card from Paper Pumpkin. June 2023. I like, oh, Winky. You wanted me to do Winky. Oh, Winky. Okay. Giving it a shake. You should always shake your Winky before you use it. Oh, yeah. So Daffodil Delight and Calypso Coral are the colors of the flowers. Olive is the color of the leaves. Let's do some on the vase too. Now, do you say vase or vase? So if you say vase, say 1. If you say vase, say 2. Because I can't tell by your typing which one. Okay, let's see if I can get Wink of Stella in there. No, it's not going to shine for me tonight. There, can you see it? Oh, Carmen and Marcia go vase and Dimity is vase. Aha. Okay, there's card number 1. Let's carry on and do card number 2. Okay, so we need the orange card base. So I'm going to cut this in half. We have our 2 bases now. And we're going to I have a white card base, but we'll see if we want to put it on. Maybe we want to put this one on a Calypso Coral base. We'll see. I have to make sure the foxes are the right way up. And we need this frame. And we need this frame. So this is the same as the last one. And we're going to pop this up over top of it like that. And then interesting. Oh, uh-oh. I have to stamp on this. I have to stamp on that. Eek. And we need hello friend for the sentiment. All right. Here goes. I could just die cut that and use that if it doesn't work. But I'm going to get a color. Oh, I'll just use one of the envelopes because I won't be able to see white on white. Is it easy for you to see white on white when you are stamping to get things lined up? Okay, we need that same stamp again that I just used. Just going to give it a clean. And we'll ink it up. Get it good and juicy. Yeah, I can't either, Carmen. So I'm going to move this down because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get it lined up. Oh, that's not going to work because it's going to overshoot and it's going to color my envelope. Hang on. Just grab a piece of the grandchildren's paper. Move things out of the way. Yeah, I have wild and wonderful paper for them to use. Aha, I'll be able to see that for sure, for sure. Okay, get this inked up again. Rejuvenate it. Get this all lined up. Cross your fingers. Here's hoping. Oh, interesting. Come on off. Oh, Sugar Shack. I was a little bit to the left. So let me do a little bit of trimming here. Just because it's got just a tiny bit of white on the side there. And I don't want it to be there. So I'm just going to cut it off. There we go. Okay, good to go. Move that out of the way. My instructions back. And the frame. I'm going to put these strips on here. So these strips are not as thick as our regular strips, the foam strips that we have to make shaker cards with. These are not quite as thick as those. They're more the size of a dimensional, the width. We're going to put these all the way around. So I went out and sat on the hammock after hubby Ted got the installation done today. It was lovely sitting out there. And then I got him to take pictures of me. So I might be sharing pictures of me sitting in the hammock. Tomorrow, Cameron comes over. We have our redo of his finishing school lunch tomorrow. So he'll be over here for a little bit. Okay, now this is going to go on there like that, but I think I'll get my silicone mat just in case I miss. It is a nice way to relax. And if I had time, I would take my book out there and I would sit there and do some reading. But by the time I get my stuff done in my craft room, I need to get done. It's dinner time and then it's nap time. And Um, we have some major fires happening, not in our area. Our fire is, I don't know, it won't be out. It's never, they don't go out for, because they get underground and they smolder. But on the north end of the island, there's in Port Hardy, there's evacuation notices happening. I'm just going to put this on this way and hope I don't miss it. There are still fires happening all over the place. I'm just giving this a trim where it's a little bit longer than it should be so that it's well hidden in behind there. I was flabbergasted today in one of our local Facebook boards. People have been bitching and complaining for weeks now about going around using the detour. You know, people, they bitch about everything. So they bitched about, oh, got to put this on dimensionals too. They bitched about the detour, and then they bitch because the highway's closed, and they bitched because the remedial work had to be done, the engineering assessments had to be done. And then they complain because it's one lane traffic. And today someone complained because the cranes were there they have big cranes holding up wires so that if anything falls off the hillside, it's going to fall behind the wire and not on the road. Well, it makes perfect sense to me. You don't want crap falling on the road because even a rock this size can kill somebody. And he's going on and on about the cost of this and how people need to be aware of the cost and why is it costing so much, and going on and on and on and on. And I'd had it. It's like I said, okay, and I gave his name. And I said, so is this your platform for running for government? And are you going to get involved in, I'm sure the government will look forward to your expertise in falling rock. And if not, are you planning on getting a job with the ministry so that I'm sure they would welcome your expertise and your knowledge about how things need to go with the reconstruction and keeping people safe. I would imagine you would be complaining the other way if a rock fell or debris fell on one of your family members, caused them to go into the lake and die. Just saying, my humble opinion. It's like, really, people? He's one of the ones that is always ready to complain and bitch about things that are happening. Like, my God. Okay, I'm going to get Calypso Coral because I want a Calypso Coral piece for this one. Ooh, I even have one cut. Absolutely, Carmen. The cranes need to be there holding up the mesh to stop things. Rocks and boulders and pieces of dirt and trees and limbs, anything like that can kill a person. Like, you get a rock this big come winging down off that hillside right into the windshield. The first thing somebody's going to do is crank it away from it, and they're going to end up in the freaking lake. And even if they don't, those people have been killed by rocks going through the windshield. I'm going to cut this down. What do you think? Shall I cut this down and make it, I think I'll cut it first to 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Hang on. Four and an eighth. 5 3/8. cut it down. I think so too, Dimity. They really need to get a life, right? And I usually just scroll on by, but today I just couldn't today. It was just so stupid that I had to say something. Sometimes I say it and then people comment and then I go back and delete it. And I thought, nope, I'm going to let this one stay on there this time. Look, it's 8:30 and those sirens are happening again. Every night that I do my Facebook Live, we get sirens. Oh, yes, that's much better. Hi, Valerie. Ah, Valerie's going off out of Powell River on the 17th with her grand for a driver's license. How exciting. Okay, now this is going to go on here like this. Hopefully it's going to be straight when I put it on. Let's see. Oh, not bad. I like this one. Hi, Judy. There we go. It was somebody was on Facebook complaining about the cost of having the cranes holding up the wire mesh to stop all the debris from going on the road. They figured that it was a waste of money. So I was nasty and I commented on how I asked him if it was part of his platform for when he's running for government and is he going to get a job at the Ministry of and share his expertise with them. Yeah, I was really quite catty. I like the darker card too. Okay, let's get some Winky on here. And then we'll do the inside and the envelope. Winky, winky, winky. This is a very pretty, pretty, pretty card. I did. I usually don't, but I couldn't hold myself. I had to say something because it was just such a stupid comment. It's not like it's coming out of his pocket directly. Hey, Norma. It was coming like it comes out of the budget for the Ministry of Highways, and I'm sure they've got contingency plans. It's not like they're knocking on his door and saying, "Okay, now I need $3 million from you to pay for the cranes that have been sitting there." Just bizarre, I tell you. I'd had enough. Okay, we're going to stamp the inside. And then I'm going to stamp an envelope. This is such a pretty stamp. Reminds me of Norway. Oh, envelope is here. Get it good and inky, inky. It's quite Norwegian in the pattern on here. It is a very pretty stamp. There we go. Okay, close this up so I don't get ink everywhere. And we will put it inside the card. I love the raised frame on this. This is really pretty. So be thinking of what you want me to do as an alternative card for this. I don't have the Countryside in stamp set. I have the dies, I have the designer paper, and I have the embossing folder. But I don't have the stamp set. Yes, sometimes I get the stamp set and not the die, or the dies and not the stamp set. It does look like Norwegian items. There we go. There's card number 2. Okay, Let's see what card number 3 will. Oh, ooh, look. That looks cute. Okay, we need a blue base. I'm going to cut it in half to start with. It's Night of Navy-ish. And then we need this one. So this one's oriented this way. You need that frame. We need that. We need that. We need one of these. It is another great set. They're really, really stepping up to the plate lately with the paper pumpkin kits and our other kits. Oh my gosh, that Boho Beach kit is amazing. I think I'm going to make some more cards with it at some point. I just haven't found the time yet. Okay, so we have all of our bits. Now this one, I'm going to ink up that stamp, and you see you stamp just part of it. So let's get this wildly colorful cardstock. And that's the right way up. Here's the stamp. Give it a good clean. We'll ink it up. Have you got any ideas of what we could do to go rogue on this? Like that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Love it. Okay. Now this, I'm going to use welcome. Oh, look. We have a welcome card. Uh-oh, I lost the welcome. There it is. Okay, we're going to stamp welcome. This one will go to my neighbors because they just moved in. Did they move in Monday? I guess it was. Made a fish out of the vase. Oh, that's cute. You could do that. Look, turn it sideways. Little fishy. Woo, woo. And there's a die for that. We could even cut more and have fishies. Okay. Now, do we want to cut this down and make a white base? What do you think? Should I cut it down and put a white base in behind it? I don't want to put a Night of Navy because I don't think that's true Night of Navy color. Okay. This needs adhesive on it. So while you answer, I'll just get the adhesive on here. Won't put it on the front. Anybody got any preference of whether I cut it down and put it on a white base? Getting my dimensionals on here. And then I need dimensionals on the back of the blue vase. Well, nobody's commenting, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Oh, Marcia said that would look nice. Okay, I'm going to cut this down. Two, 4 1/8, 5, 5, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and then we'll see if it should go down the next size. Maybe we'll put it down the next size. I'm going to cut it down a little tiny bit more. Four by 5 1/4. Oh, that's better. Okay, put that on. Put this on. So Ted and I are watching a series on Netflix called Animal Kingdom. We thought it was going to be about animals, but it's not. It's about a really bad family. They're thieves. And the controlling mother. And oh, it's really quite, did I get that straight? Oh. Has anybody seen it? It's really, yeah, it's really bad. But it hooks you in and you wonder what they're going to do next and whether they're going to get away with it. And they have like hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting around, and it's we're still watching it. Apparently there's 6 seasons for us to watch. uh it's different. Okay, now I have to get this on here straight. That's straight. That's straight. Ooh, I think I did it. Okay, now get some strips. Put on here. Need a little one. The gun is too long. Okay, this goes on next. Yeah, we were out of things to watch, so we were kind of surfing around trying to find something to watch. And now the new season of Outlander has started. Has anybody been watching it? They come out on Sunday nights. And we don't have TV, but I stream them on a pirated place. That's straight. All right, this goes down flat. So I've watched episode 1 and episode 2 a couple of times now. I was so looking forward to the new season. I love Outlander. I'm reading the latest book too. It's called Go Tell the Bees I'm Gone. And I'm really enjoying that as well. And I don't get to read a lot of it. Maybe that's the book I need to take out in my hammock tomorrow and do some reading. Because I don't think I'm live tomorrow night. Surprise, surprise. That, and then this one goes in the middle like that. All right. Now it's time. We've got time to do a quick road card. Anybody got any ideas of what we could do? While oops, dimensional's in the wrong spot. Let's just, oh, I put my sentiment on before I put this on. Come on, off. I need to move you up. Come on. Okay, that one's dead. Just get another one. I have lots. Because, when you're putting an order in and you need to get it up to that next level, what do? You order dimensionals, right? Oh, I put this on here, and now this is, oh dear. Oh dear. They said to pop this up. Not liking that. Okay, I'm taking these off. Your brain has gone to sleep, Carmen? I don't want these up on dimensionals, or this sentiment up on dimensionals the way they said. So we'll just save them for next time. We could take, let's see, the first base. That was the one with the, oh, we could take the blue one and put some of the designer paper on it, or could layer it with the first base and make that a card base. Okay, this is going to go on here like this. Oops, like that. And then this is going to sit right there. There we go. I got glue on it. My glue erasers. Still gonna make your other grad card tonight? Good luck, your brain. Okay, and put bling on here. We want one there. And we want one up there. And we want one down here. I think I'll move this one over just a bit. Puts that out. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to do the inside, and I'm going to use that same stamp that we used on that vase on the inside. And we'll just run that up the side of the inside of the card. Right like this. Ooh, I'm liking that. Look, that is cool. Oh, we got to use those dies too. Not sure how much will get done. Oh, Carmen said the vase would be good for a shaker card with a fish in it. You're right, it would. Okay. The inside. And then we'll go and make her an alternative card. See what we can come up with. Because I have the dies, so we can make another die thing. Oh, look, I put it along the bottom. Oh, oops. It's going to be different. There we go. So it's along the bottom instead of along the side that I normally do. And there's our card. So those are the three, Wink of Stella. Those are the three that are the way the kit comes. Now, I'm going to put some Winky on here. And we're done. Now, if I take the blue card base and this card base, and we cut out, all three are beautiful. You're right, Marcia, they are. If we cut this out with this die and put it on here, actually, we could cut a frame. Oh, I just had an idea. Ooh. Okay, so we're going to cut this. We're going to cut a frame, a wide frame, not a thin frame, a wider frame. So let me get some Post-it here to put them together so I can move it and it won't fall apart. Okay, I'm going to cut that out with my machine. Run this through. Okay. Now, where can I put this? Because I'm not going to take the paper off. All right. Now, let's see if this will work in here. I suppose it's not going to. Oh, Fraggle Rock. It's not going to. See, that needs to be up there, and it's not going up there. Okay, well, I'm just going to run it through anyways. I'm going to run it through and emboss it. Because why not? Oh, wait, this is a thin one. Back to the drawing board. Not very often we get thin embossing folders anymore. This is one of them. Okay, so Night of Navy. This is embossed. You see it? It's got the embossing on it now. You put that on there. We'll pop the frame up and put that in the center of it, like that. And then I stamped these, so we might as well use them. Just cut them out with my die. Post it. So what do you think? You liking it so far? Carmen likes the embossing. Okay, run this through and cut it. Oh, guess it helps if you put all the plates back. Right. Whoops, come over here. That'll be popped up. This, and then I'm going to grab some Night of Navy cardstock. Because I want to use Gorgeously Made. What do you think of this? If I put this down here, we cut this out of Night of Navy. What do you think? Yes, yes, yes. Ooh, that might look really cool. See if I've got a piece of cardstock that's big enough. I've got quite the mess happening here, as usual. Okay, I'm going to cut this out. I like these dies. They have replaced the Forever Fern ones that I used so much. Seeing as they took my Forever Fern away, I've been using these ones. And they're really quite cool. Okay. That. This. And that. Do you think we need a vellum in there? Or is that okay? Maybe I should do a vellum one too. Or, what's that? Where's my instructions? There. What's that color of blue? Is it Balmy or Boho? Balmy and Boho. Which color do you think? This color, that is Boho, and this is Balmy. Or do you want, okay. Do you like it like this with just the one? Or shall I put a vellum one in with it Or should I put a blue, a boho blue one in there with it? I'm thinking it might be too much. Now, where did I put my Night of Navy? See, I've got card base in here. Vellum, says Valerie. Vellum. Could cut one out of designer paper too. Yeah, see, it's not quite the same blue, so I think I'll put that entire card front onto a blue card base. Oh, people want vellum. Okay, let me get the vellum. Hang on. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Grab some vellum. Grab some vellum. It always amazes me that I have exactly the size I need sitting there in my container with the pieces. It's like I knew I would need it. Oh, Judy says just the way it is. Well, let's have a look. We don't have to use the vellum one if we don't like it. I'm flexible. Come on, out. Okay, where are the dies? I've got to put this away. Oh, they're over here. Okay, let's just slide this one in underneath here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, I like it. I like it. Okay, let's start building this thing so it doesn't take us all night. I'm going to put this right onto a Night of Navy card base. Just the way it is. We'll line that up and press that down. I have to do a bit of trimming because apparently I missed. Hang on. Just do. Nobody knows this, right? This could be we'll make this a welcome card. I have to trim the bottom, but I'll do that another time when you're not busy waiting for me to hurry up and get the card finished. Okay, let's get some dimensionals on this. Oh, I think it's warm out there. I actually don't have a sweater on tonight, and I feel pretty good. I used to laugh at my mom. Well, not laugh at, but laugh with, about how cold she was all the time and how in the middle of summer she had long pants and a sweater on. I get it now. I get it. I sit around during the day in long pants, long sleeve shirt or sweater, and socks most of the time too. So I get it, Mom. All right. So what are you thinking of the cards so far? Did you see the way I built it? You think it's going to look okay? Not bad for creating on the fly, as Frenchie Martin says. Okay, the flowers are going up. Or does it go this way? Nope, it goes this way. Make sure I get it the right way. And we're going to center that there like that. Get this embossed piece. I love this embossing folder. It's really quite pretty. You know what it would be good in that? What was that technique we did? Faux something or other. Have to get it back in the right way. There we go. um, faux varnish or something. There we are. Ooh, it fit in there. Oh, around. Better make sure that it's well attached. Okay, now I'm gonna trim off the tails of my leaves because they just get in the way. Oh, Norma, thanks for watching. Have fun at work. Poor Norma. Poor Norma. Her and I are excited though because she's going to be able to stamp in person with us in August at our club. It doesn't happen a lot. And then just today we made arrangements for the July In Color and New Color Club to get together and stamp in July. And then Ted and I are going to go, at some point, we're going to go north. But the dates we had planned are not going to work because Blake won't be there. He'll be at his other grandma's house. There's no use going up there if my grandchildren aren't there. Okay, so that's got glue on it. Get a little bit of glue on this one. I don't know when we'll go. I kind of looked on BC Ferries and figured out when we could get cheap reservations, and that's the dates we went with. So we'll figure something out. All right, this is going to go up on dimensionals. As well. And I'm not going to put a dimensional at the top because I want to be able to slide the leaves down in there, and then I'll put a dimensional in afterwards if it needs it. Okay, get the vase in down here. Is the this DSP directional? It is, yeah. And I've probably got it upside down, but that's okay. Lift this up and slide that down in there. Oops. Come on. There we are. Vellum one. Oh, needs to be tipped a bit. There we go. And then this one. I have to clip off this leaf because it looks funny if it's hanging out the side. That one too. It's all right. There we go. Now, just slide a dimensional down underneath the top so that it holds it in place and doesn't collapse. Ooh, what do you think? I think it's pretty cool. I do. Sentiment. I need a sentiment. What didn't we use on here? You're invited. No. I think I'm just going to use welcome. I think I'm just going to use welcome. What you're saying comes up at the bottom of the screen before you say them. Oh my God. That's funny, Carmen. Oh, thanks, Marcia. Marcia likes it. I love the pots, Dimity. Okay, I'm going to use my paper trimmer. Hang on. Oops, not narrow enough. How do I want the end? Maybe flagged. There we go. Oh, I like it. Oh, that's so cool. We have to do bling. What are we going to do for bling? Need to put a little bit of adhesive on here. Got it all over my paper, of course. A little bit of adhesive on the end here. Just stick that right there. Hi, Lena. There's our alternative card. I just have to put some bling on there now. Not classic matte dots, no. I guess they retired the ones I want. Ooh, apparently I'm just about out of festive pearls too. Yeah, we'll use the blue out of the festive pearls. And we'll put one here on that flower center. And we'll put one up here. And then grab another one. And we'll put it right there. Yeah, I don't have navy gems. I was looking because we used to have them in our matte dots, but I think they retired those ones. But that's okay. Those ones work. Now, Wink of Stella along these lines here. So you guys got plans for the long weekend? You're going away? We're not. We're staying home. I think it's going to be busy. There's a huge baseball tournament in town this weekend. It's going to be quite the doings happening. You're staying home, Lena? I think it's a good place to be on a long weekend. Okay, let's just put a row of these flowers up the side. Like that. One more. There we go. And I need an envelope. Grad party Saturday, down to Victoria Sunday. If you're going on a road trip, Carmen. I don't want to be on the roads this weekend. Our local family's going camping. Thanks, Valerie. She said it's a beautiful card. I think it turned out quite well for for a create on the fly, spur of the moment. I really like those dies. They are my new favorite leaf dies. All right, put the inside in, and then we're done. There we go. 4 cards in just over an hour. So, recap, there's number 1 of the kit. If you are liking this, please hit, oh, not that one. Please hit the emojis. And if you're watching the replay, thank you very much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and make sure you find out whenever I upload my videos. Okay, so these are the 3 from the kit, 1, 2, and 3. And there's my rogue card. Oops, the envelope to go with the rogue card. Oh, I like them. They're fun. Thanks, Lena. Carmen did not really want to go, but have a cousin coming to the other. Oh, that's awesome. Might as well, Carmen. Like, what are you going to do sitting around home? Oh, okay, you'd be busy making cards like me. Lena likes the navy ones. These ones, yeah, I do too. All of them are beautiful. I have an issue happening in this corner, though. It didn't get stuck down. So I'm just going to take a little bit of tape that I've got sitting here and put it in there. There we go. All right, ladies. Another winner, paper pumpkin winner. Instead of winner, winner, chicken dinner, it's winner, winner, pumpkin dinner. I agree with you. They are very pretty. And maybe this weekend I should spend time going back and doing some kits. But I've gone back and I've taken a few of the older paper pumpkin kits that I have, that I did some out of, and I packaged them all up. So they'll be in my BOGO sale coming up. They all include the stamp set, but not the ink pad, because if I have to mail them, then it jumps from $5.35 up to $20. Oh, good, Lena. Made 3 cards with the paper. Yes, that designer paper is exactly the same and it's on sale right now for $14.45 until the 30th of June, and you get a whole, you can't see it because I traded screens. You get a whole package. You get 2 sheets of each of this stuff. Look at these. Look at the patterns on them. So you get double-sided, there's birds, there's Night of Navy, there's foxes, there's trees. There's that one that we just made the card out of. There's trees. It's a treasure trove of paper, this one, and I've ordered myself a couple of extra sheets of or packages of it because I know. Oh, you bought 4 more? Oh, good for you, Lena. Yeah, I think I've got 3 in total. All right. Thank you so much for watching me. I hope you have a great day tomorrow, and join me 8 o'clock on Thursday in my VIP group. We're going to do a double Z fold card, but this is not the double Z folds we usually do. You fold it like a Z fold and then you put a strip along the bottom. This one isn't like that. It's just one full sheet of cardstock. And I'll show you how to do it on Thursday night at 8 o'clock over in my VIP group. So come on over and join us. Have a wonderful day tomorrow, and I'll see you soon in my craft room. Stampin' Smiles. Bye for now.